Hi there, I'm Robbie. Let's take a look at the Follie Hunt mission, where you can get the new Warframe Follie. To access this mission, you'll need to complete the main quest up to the Chains of Harrow quest. I've created a few videos about quests, so please check them out. Follie's Hunt is quite a tricky mission, so here's a summary of key points to keep in mind. Form a squad, get used to the map, prioritize fighting the canvas, use sliding frequently. Remembering these points should make it easier. First, I recommend doing the mission in a squad. In this mission, we need to find 3 canvases, but forming a squad could speed up the search. Another good point is that dividing up the area reduces the distance we have to cover. Plus, you can also get the Atramentum that your teammates earn by destroying balloons, which is a nice bonus. Since Atramentum is needed to exchange for Follie's blueprint, forming a squad might let you get it faster. Steel Pass also provides Steel Essence as a bonus. It seems a good idea to practice solo first, and then form a squad when it becomes more familiar. Next, let's outline the basic layout of the area. In Follie's Hunt, the relay has changed its form. Since it was originally a relay, there are 2 floors. To summarize roughly, the first floor has 4 rooms, and the second floor has 7 rooms and 1 plaza. The starting point is on the first floor, and to shift floors, you must touch the red glowing elevator. The elevator is located where the letter E is marked. Don't rush, be careful, not to run into the red effect immediately after using the elevator. It will send you back to the previous floor, wasting your time. Move carefully and stay calm. Let's begin the mission. The mission starts when you jump into the painting. If you are in a squad, you can enter it once everyone is in the yellow area on the map. Once you have entered, look for the 3 canvases, A, B, and C. You can't use abilities or gear to find canvases, so search for them manually. You will always find C in one of the 4 rooms on the first floor. If a room is glowing red and locked, you don't need to search it. Next, head to the second floor to find B and A. B should be in one of the 6 rooms given inside. If B isn't in any of 6 rooms, try searching the area closer to the entrance. A can be found in one of 3 locations in the plaza. Once you have found all 3, start collecting paint. If you can't find any canvases at all, try defeating enemies. Light and yellow icon will appear, guiding you to the canvas. However, there are no enemies when you start the mission. For the very first canvas, you need to find it by yourself. If you haven't memorized the map yet, just go deeper and look for the plaza. After finding the canvas, look for some paint somewhere. You should find it in a branching room or high area of the plaza. When you get close, an icon of white pen will appear. Once you defeat an enemy, a light and yellow icon will appear, guiding you to the paint location. If you find the paint while searching for the canvas, it's a good idea to place a marker there. When you touch the paint, the operator appears and absorbs it. Once the operator has absorbed it, carry the paint to the canvas. You can't use the void dash in this state, so use the slide to move as quickly as possible. If you haven't found the canvases yet, you will have to search in this state. Therefore, it's best to search for a canvas before touching the paint. When the door won't open, use operator's attack to destroy the paint on the door and proceed. If the operator carrying the paint is defeated, you need to carry the paint again. Avoid fighting and dash straight to the canvas. As you approach the canvas, the paint will begin to absorb. While the paint is being absorbed, use void mode to reduce damage taken. Once it's absorbed, return to your Warframe and go gather the paint. After bringing paint to the canvas a few times, one shadow graph will be created. As the paint gathered, an unbreakable wall appears on the second floor. Walls will appear randomly in one of these locations. Walls won't completely block the path, but it will be quite annoying. Therefore, it's best to leave the A canvas, which is easily accessible from the other routes. for last and focus on delivering paint to B first. If you find the paint on the high ground of the plaza, you can reduce the distance to carry it. As you gather paint, Follie will start hunting you as well. Even if you defeat her, she will respawn after a while, so it may be wise to ignore her if firepower is low. Once all 3 shadow graphs are complete, the Follie hunt mission is done. So far, I have explained the mission flow. Based on that, you will likely find that Warframe like Bolt and Wisp, which boost your squad speed, and Warframes like Gauss, Wukong, and Titania, which allow you to faster yourself, are ideal for this mission. But since you need to move without the operator's Void Dash, you might not fully harness their abilities. However, only Boban can move the operator by holding down the second ability. It is tricky to control, but it looks fun if you can master it. Repeat Follie Hunt and head to Zorba once you have gathered enough Atramentum. If you don't have any blueprints for Follie's parts, you will need 2400 Atramentum to craft Follie. However, you should be able to get several blueprints before gathering that much Atramentum. You should actually be able to exchange it a little faster. Zorba is located right next to the Arbiters of Hex's room. You can trade Atramentum acquired from Follie's hunt with him for blueprints for Follie and Ankus. You can also trade for the new Tennokai mod, Truth, Frame, and Kuba. Once you have visited his shop, a shortcut in gear menu will take you there. This is an overview of farming Follie. Thank you very much for watching. If you want more videos, please subscribe to my channel. See you next time. Bye.